Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
On Good Morning Maine, Jackson Lab has introduced a new partnership with a transportation company that aims to ease the commute burden on their employees.
Plus, downtown Bangor received a grant to fund a mural that was recently finished.
And a historic Maine town hosted a Civil War reenactment over the weekend that held an underlying message. This and more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's a little bit chilly outside, but hopefully you start off the day right with some coffee, donuts, a little bit of muffins, some lighthouses. I love the open there, too.
It's definitely a warm coffee morning.
It definitely is, yes. And maybe get outside, hang out, enjoy the fresh air, because we are going to see the temperatures warm up for summer, but we just got to get through our Monday. Let's get a first check of our forecast with Conrad Sapinski. He joins us now.
Good morning, and your first weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Okay, so a couple of showers just to the north of us, but most of this is starting to move on out of here. Just a good amount of clouds here in Maine, and most of the northeast has a good amount of clouds, but at least we are mostly precipitation free, so that is a good thing. But today, once again, we will be on the cooler end with some below average temperatures in the mid 60s. So some morning clouds, and then the sun will start to peek out later on in the afternoon. And tonight, it will be a chilly one out there, folks. Temperatures will be in the lower 40s out there with mostly clear skies. Pretty calm winds, so that's why those temperatures will continue to drop into the low 40s. Couple upper 30s out there in some spots, and then some patchy fog by the morning hours. Tomorrow, a rebound in temperatures. Check out that 73 degrees with mostly sunny skies out there, folks. So finally, some nicer and closer to average temperatures will be coming in. But today, we will continue to rise into the mid 60s.
Thank you, Conrad.
Police arrested multiple people on charges of drugs and trespassing on Saturday.
According to a statement from the Maine State Police, officers were called to a camp in New Limerick and confronted multiple trespassers. These individuals were either on pretrial, probation, or had active bail conditions. Police found large amounts of suspected crack cocaine, suspected fentanyl, and drug paraphernalia. Those arrested were 42-year-old Andrew Tompkins, 39-year-old Nicole Taylor, both of Oakland, as well as 41-year-old Taline Blakefley of Winslow. Tompkins was charged with drug trafficking, possession of drugs, and violation of conditions of release. Tompkins has since posted bail and has been released. Taylor was arrested for possession of drugs and violation of conditions of release. And Blakefley was arrested for trespassing.
A 40-year-old Portland man drowned yesterday afternoon in the east outlet of the Kennebec River. According to a release from the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife, Truck Hoon was fishing with a friend on the east outlet, which flows out of Moosehead Lake. The pair were in a raft, and as they descended down through some whitewater rapids, their boat was overturned and the two men were thrown into the water. Hoon, who authorities say was not wearing a life jacket, was swept under by the current and never resurfaced. His friend, who was wearing a life jacket, made it to the shore and called for help. Wardens and witnesses searched the shoreline for Hoon, but a plane called in and located him downstream. Game wardens recovered the body, and Hoon was taken to a local funeral home.
There is an active investigation after two bodies were found in Auburn. According to the Maine State Police, on Sunday at approximately 11:30 in the morning, detectives from their major crimes unit responded to 4th Street in Auburn to assist the local police department with their investigation. In a release, the state police emphasize it is an ongoing investigation and say they will provide more information once next of kin has been notified. They also stated there is no active threat to the public. More information will be coming in later this morning.
Augusta police are currently investigating a robbery and are asking for the public's help in locating a suspect. According to a statement from the Augusta Police Department, Saturday just before 5 p.m., police received a call that the Big Apple store on Stone Street in Augusta had been robbed. The suspect allegedly entered the store and demanded an undisclosed amount of money. Police say the suspect fled the area before they could arrive. The suspect is described as a white male, approximately 5'3" to 5'9", between 160 and 200 pounds, wearing a black sweatshirt, black boots, camouflage hat, black backpack, and light-colored pants. The incident remains under investigation, and anyone with information is asked to call 626-2370, extension 3418.
1 year ago, Juneteenth officially became a federal holiday, and many local communities held their first ever celebrations. Owen Kingsley has more on how Mainers are celebrating and learning more about Juneteenth.
We shall all have peace someday.
Many of the first ever Juneteenth celebrations are being held 1 year after it was marked as a federal holiday.
I definitely think that most people don't know exactly what Juneteenth is all about.
Dating back to the Civil War, Juneteenth marks the end of slavery in America.
Unfortunately, you can make something in law, but you can't change people overnight.
2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed into law, the final enslaved men and women in Galveston, Texas, were freed on June 19, 1865. In Westbrook Sunday, food, music, and more was shared to both celebrate the holiday and educate others to what it truly is about.
A holiday for the Black community to celebrate, and a holiday for the rest of the community to learn more about Juneteenth and to learn more about Black history.
In Portland, Urban Farm Fermentory, alongside WJZP radio station, hosted their own Juneteenth celebration, sharing a message of unity and togetherness.
My great-grandfather, was a slave. And, that's not too far removed. What it means to me is to where that we're progressing, as a society, as a country, is to where we now recognize those tragic things that happened.
The christening of a Navy destroyer is highlighting the sacrifices of 2 generations. The ship's namesake killed in World War II and another Marine who died more than 60 years later. The future USS Basilone bears the name of Marine Gunnery Sergeant John Basilone, who was awarded the Medal of Honor for actions in Guadalcanal and later died on Iwo Jima. Breaking a bottle of sparkling wine on the ship's bow for good luck was one of the ship's sponsors, who lost a brother in Iraq. The event took place Saturday at the Navy shipbuilder Bath Iron Works in Maine.
And a wild story from across the border. 3 people have been treated and released from a hospital after a 70-foot yacht burned and sank in New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Department of Safety says the vessel, named the Elusive, was on the Piscataqua River heading towards a marina in Newcastle around 4 p.m. Saturday when a passenger noticed black smoke below the deck. 3 passengers from Connecticut and Florida, as well as 2 dogs, jumped overboard as the boat caught fire. Another boat in the area was able to rescue the overboard passengers. These photos show the magnitude of the flames and thick black smoke pouring out from the yacht. Police are still trying to figure out what caused the fire.
Time is now 8:08. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Governor Mills announced on Friday an investment of $15 million towards Maine institutions as a part of a new clean energy initiative.
But first, let's take a quick look at your Monday forecast. A high of 65 degrees today. A little bit of cloud coverage this morning. This should dwindle out this afternoon. We'll see a little bit of sunshine. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Temperatures dropping down to the low 40s. And tomorrow, for the first day of summer, we'll see temperatures back up in the mid to lower 70s with mostly sunny skies.
G-Force Entertainment and Kick-Axe Pub and Club present Draw the Line, the only official Aerosmith tribute band, Saturday, July 23rd, 9 p.m. Tickets available online now. G-Force Entertainment, bringing a variety of entertainment to the Bangor Mall.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. We ran the numbers, and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer, and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-209-5197 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
G-Force Entertainment and Kick-Ax Pub and Club present Draw the Line, the only official Aerosmith tribute band, Saturday, July 23rd, 9 p.m. Tickets available online now. G-Force Entertainment, bringing a variety of entertainment to the Bangor Mall.
Sarah's House is a cancer hospitality house. It basically serves people on their cancer journey. As they're battling cancer, they have to come down to Brewer, to the treatment center here, and they can come from all different places in the state, as far away as Eastport to Aroostook County even. We've had guests come from all over. So if you live greater than 30 miles away, you have a place to come and be at home while you receive treatment. And really, usually guests become lifelong friends. So it's a connection unlike anything you'll ever see, and it's a place unlike anywhere I've ever been.
Former attorney Dale Thistle has been found guilty of theft. Our A.J. Douglas has the story behind the verdict.
Friday, 74-year-old Dale Thistle was found guilty for stealing $290,000 from former client Gilman Friend's wrongful death settlement. Gilman's ex-wife, Donna Friend, hired Thistle to handle the settlement case. However, it was later determined she was not entitled to any settlement funds. Rather than Thistle contacting Gilman's children to inform them about the settlement, he began paying personal debts and writing checks to himself. Prosecutor Leanne Robbins says the Friend family finally got justice, yet it seems bittersweet.
The Friend family has been nothing but cooperative with us, and if it hadn't been for their efforts, we would not have learned about this enormous theft. We're happy that they have finally gotten justice. The problem is they'll probably not see a penny of this money because Thistle doesn't have anything.
The Lawyers Fund for Clients Protection was established in 1997 to promote public confidence by reimbursing clients who suffer losses due to attorneys' dishonest conduct. The Friend family will only be rewarded $40,000 from that fund, which will be split between 4 benefactors. Robbins says the sentencing recommendations must set an example to other lawyers to uphold.
It's our view that we need to deter lawyers who are entrusted with client funds not to steal. And if they steal that money, they should go to jail. We have some concerns, but on the other hand, he is a nonviolent offender, and we understand that the judge typically does not deny post-conviction bail for people in that situation.
The judge has not scheduled a date for sentencing at this time. In Bangor, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Down East Transportation introduced new buses in partnership with the Jackson Laboratory to support their employees and community members. Down East Transportation received 4 new buses to replace those that are no longer operational. These buses will be open to residents living in Millbridge, Franklin, Ellsworth, Brewer, and Bangor. The Jackson Laboratory will charge the employees $20 a week to commute to work using the buses. The company wants to provide staff members with a safe and affordable way to get to work.
A lot of the buses are squeaky. The transmission is iffy. They're not as comfortable or warm. And remember, they're riding fair distances in the wintertime. So they're really looking forward to having a bus ride that's comfortable, that's safe.
Each new bus will help decrease the carbon footprint of the lab by transporting dozens of employees on the buses at one time, therefore reducing the number of cars on the road.
Homeless Voices for Justice held its 15th annual Longest Day of Homelessness sit-out Friday in the Old Port. Organizers hoping to bring attention to the fact that homelessness is tragic no matter the season. For those experiencing homelessness here in Maine, longer and warmer days lead to more issues for life on the streets.
Homelessness is a serious issue any time of the year. I mean, especially with climate change and everything, with all these heat waves coming. You know, sleeping on the street in the middle of summer can be just as lethal as in the middle of winter.
As we head into the summer solstice next week, homeless advocates hope this is the year elected officials will be able to take more steps to solving the city's growing housing crisis.
It's just about 8:15 after the break. It's officially strawberry season here in Maine. We'll hear from a local family farm about expected crop yield.
Plus, Bucksport celebrated their second annual Pride Festival on Saturday. This and more when we return.
Out with the old and in with the new. Check out Pat's Pizza Specials. Tuesdays, $5 spaghetti and meatballs. Tuesday all-day breadstick special. Wednesday, large one-topping pizzas, $8. Wednesday, small steak and cheese with french fries, $6.25. Friday, fish with french fries, $7.50. Saturday, small one-item pizza, fountain soda, $7.25. And you can still save some dough. Bring the family to the all-new Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road North, Hamden.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
Find meaningful work in behavioral health care, like Shelby, who works in multiple settings caring for children with a background of trauma.
I was motivated to join the behavioral health field because I had decided that I was going to advocate for children with similar backgrounds to my own. As a younger person, I find that the most rewarding part of my job as a behavioral health professional is the emotional gratification in seeing my clients succeed.
Learn more about compassionate careers at caringforme.org.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel, or Newport.
The Wilson Museum in Castine took people back in time to 1862 with a reenactment of the Civil War on Saturday, and more specifically, the 20th Maine Company B encampment. Several reenactment soldiers made their way to the Wilson Museum, where they showed off what life was like 160 years ago. Guy Landry says it was important to teach Americans about a time that was very dark in history. Landry says he and his team emphasized the hardship of enslaved Americans during the Civil War.
The struggles and sacrifices that were made by people all over the Union to put an end to the brutal nonsense of slavery.
And I think he was about my research.
It achieved its goal.
During the reenactment, Landry allows people visiting to enjoy a tour of their campsite and listen to stories about the Civil War. He says the next tour will begin in 2023.
On Friday, Governor Janet Mills announced the launch of a new initiative to cut energy costs in schools and public buildings across the state. Our Sierra Jordan was there and has the details.
The Maine Climate Council kicked off its first ever Communities Leaning on Climate conference at the Augusta Civic Center Friday morning. Governor Janet Mills, Official See Maine, and other advocates gave remarks about a 4-year climate change plan, sending a message that Maine won't wait.
My administration is focused on helping Maine people transition to clean energy in their homes and businesses, cutting costs as well.
During the conference, Mills made an important announcement about a new initiative to help combat climate change across the state.
Proud to announce an additional investment, an investment of $15 million through my Maine Jobs and Recovery Plan to install clean energy technology in municipal and school and community buildings across Maine.
Since 2019, more than 60,000 heat pumps have been installed to address the state's dependency on heating oil and reduce harmful emissions. Mills' initiative aims to help Maine transition away from fossil fuels and become more energy efficient by installing 100,000 new heat pumps in the state by 2025.
The first opportunity that we're putting forward is working with rural schools, smaller projects, to convert from their current heating systems to something that is very high efficiency, very low carbon emitting, and that is heat pump technology.
Stoddard says of the $50 million of funding, $8 million will go towards schools, $4 million to municipalities, and $3 million to nonprofit residential facilities.
It's fantastic. It works. It works in cold weather.
Public schools can start to apply to the initiative starting Monday, June 20th. If you want to see if your school is eligible, you can head over to the Efficiency Maine website. Here in Augusta, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 8:21.
It's 51 degrees outside the studio. Should warm up just a little bit today. Let's get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Conrad Sapinski. He's in with the latest.
Good morning, Conrad.
Thank you so much. And your Maine weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. Locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Okay, so a good amount of cloud cover out there today. We had a couple of showers, especially to the north of us, but most of that is starting to move out of here, and a good amount of clouds will be sticking around in Maine and pretty much most of the Northeast, but then some more sunshine will be peeking out there later on today. But check out these temperatures. Really chilly out there, 40s and 50s out there, even a couple of 30s out there, folks. So another chilly one out there, but mostly the last couple of weeks temperatures been pretty much near average, besides the last couple of days where we were really below average, especially yesterday. Barely made it to 50 degrees out there, but a good sign because warmer temperatures are on the way. Our average high this time of year is supposed to be around 76 degrees, and check out the weekend. Finally, some above average temperatures will be back in the forecast. So just a waiting game, folks, before those warmer temperatures. 70s and even 80s are back. But today, once again, a chilly one out there as we hover in the mid-60s with morning clouds, and then finally nicer weather with the sun starting to peek out a little bit later on in the afternoon. The wind will be blowing out of the north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. But tonight, check out that temperature, 42 degrees. Yes, a really chilly one out there tonight with pretty much mostly clear skies, a calm wind. That is recipe for really cool temperatures out there. And some morning fog will definitely be possible with those really cooler temperatures, even some 30s in some spots. But check out that rebound for tomorrow, back into the mid-70s, so finally closer to average, but still just slightly below, as we'll be under mostly sunny skies and pretty much a calm wind out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. But our 5-day outlook does show even nicer weather back in the forecast. Lots of 70s the rest of the week.
Just a reminder that the rocket's red glare and the bombs bursting in air are brought to you this and every 4th of July by Phantom Fireworks. With state-of-the-art showrooms nationwide, we are America's #1 destination for brighter, louder, safer fireworks. Phantom Fireworks, lighting up faces in the backyards of America from coast to coast. Visit fireworks.com for a location near you.
When Northeast Collectibles wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. A toy, comic, and gaming store located in the Movie Rocket complex. The store has easy access to connect with other geeks or get you hard-to-find collectibles.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your project done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
Come to the Back Alley Restaurant. We have a full menu from appetizers to pizza to seafood. A full bar with happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. daily. The Back Alley Restaurant, Bangor. We are family owned and operated, where friends and family come to hang out.
Download the new Fox Bangor app from the App Store or Google Play and get your news anytime, anywhere.
This is where legends are made. This is the NHRA.
The NHRA Summit Nationals, Norwalk, Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
A travel nightmare for thousands of airline passengers over the weekend. Since Friday, airlines have delayed or canceled more than 8,000 flights, disrupting holiday weekend plans for frustrated travelers stuck in the airports. Faith Abube is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, more flights grounded across the U.S., but so far, an improvement from a weekend of travel troubles. Thousands of panicked passengers spending the Father's Day and Juneteenth weekend stuck at airports from New York City to Salt Lake City.
It's frustrating. It makes me feel powerless. I've been stuck in an airport basically for 2 days.
The airline woes forcing some travelers to miss family celebrations like weddings and baby showers.
They were just upset. They were panicking. A lot of people were crying.
Since Friday, about 3,000 flights have been canceled due to bad weather, mixed in with the existing problems of airline staffing shortages and high travel demand. United grounding dozens of flights, Delta seeing the worst of it, canceling more than 200 flights Sunday alone. Concern growing as vacation season heats up and the nation inches closer to the busy 4th of July holiday weekend. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg putting pressure on airlines to address issues, including hiring more staff. Buttigieg also warning that the U.S. government could take enforcement actions against airlines that fail to adhere to consumer protection standards.
We're doing everything we can, including trying to get in touch earlier and more often with our passengers, and then again trying to hire people back and get more people on the job.
Analysts predict travel issues will likely continue through the summer and possibly into next year because these things take time to address. One analyst putting it bluntly saying, quote, "The summer of 2022 is going to be travel hell."
Still to come here on the second half of our show, an artist from Stockton Springs is creating his art all over the state. We'll take a look at one of his new projects.
Plus, they're ripe and sweet and ready for a little bit of picking early in the season, so you may want to get out there before they're gone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be coming back right here on Good Morning Maine.
As a working mom of 5, I'm feeling the burden of rising prices. But instead of getting inflation under control, the liberals in Washington are attacking America's tech innovators. Talk about being out of touch. The left's bill would take away the technology we depend on, put our personal data at risk, make China stronger and America weaker. I don't understand how any Republican senator could support this liberal nonsense. Tell Senate conservatives to stand up for American technology.
It takes all types to play Family Feud, but tell it all.
Name something Grandma wears that might also fit Grandpa.
Yeah, I know my grandma used to have a beard.
The Spicy Seniors.
Hey, Eddie, why they call you Fast Eddie?
Because he made me so happy so fast.
Whoa! Steve, it was a triple and a home run, baby.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back. It's Monday, June 20th of 2022. Summer starts in less than 24 hours at 5:14 tomorrow morning, to be really specific. Forecast coming up in a moment, and it feels like fall this morning.
The United States purchased Alaska from Russia 155 years ago today, kind of alongside our cold weather lately. It was for $7.2 million. That's less than 2 cents per acre.
Somebody got a good deal out of that. Well, the movie Jaws came out 47 years ago today, just in time for summer. And if you're a baby boomer, well, the Beach Boys founder and leader Brian Wilson is 80 years old today. Singer Lionel Richie is 73. Actor John Goodman turns 70, and actress Nicole Kidman turns 55.
Jaws was the first horror movie I ever saw.
Really?
I don't think I have not seen it in full since I was like the age when I first saw it.
Oh man, yeah, that always. I mean, I love sharks, but when I was a kid, I always was terrified from them because of the movie Jaws and everything. And there was this ride at Universal Studio. Oh, it scarred me. There's one point I was sitting, I don't know why, I sat on the outside of the boat. Terrible decision. I was probably like 7 years old, 6 years old. My mother was sitting on the right, and the thing would like pop up. It was like, mechanical. And it popped up, and I gave my mother the worst Charlie horse she's ever had. I kept jumping on her, running away. I was too scared.
That sounds like a core memory to me.
Yeah. It sounds like a real psychological thing that happened. Like, now I want to swim with sharks, so, things change.
It's changed for me, though, because as the coast of Maine keeps getting more shark sightings, now I'm, like, realistically more afraid of them.
Yeah. Or more afraid.
Because I swim. No, I swim in the ocean, so it's like, this is a realistic thing that we got to be concerned about now. I've never imagined that happening in Maine.
And, like, just seeing with the conservationists, and we know more about sharks than we did a decade ago. And it just keeps growing.
Like with that tracking bracelet, we talked about this earlier on in the show. But Joe has
I got a tracking bracelet. Babu, my hammerhead shark down the Keys, and I can track him every single time he pops up.
That's so cool. So today is also American Eagle Day, Hike with a Geek Day, and it's Take Your Cat to Work Day.
I like the Hike with the Geek Day, though. That's good.
I know. I was like, is this a game warden? Is this like a tree or a bird expert? Because I'm so down for that.
Oh, my God.
I want to know all the types of the trees. I want to know what birds we're listening to. And
hiking can be fun alone, but it's always fun. It's even better with somebody who you can have good conversations with.
All the fun facts.
Exactly.
I love that.
Well, let's turn things over to Conrad Sapinski. He has another look at our forecast.
Good morning, Conrad.
Good morning, and your first weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Okay, so a couple of showers just to the north of us, but most of this is starting to move on out of here. Just a good amount of clouds here in Maine, and most of the northeast has a good amount of clouds, but at least we are mostly precipitation free, so that is a good thing. But today, once again, we will be on the cooler end with some below average temperatures in the mid 60s. So some morning clouds, and then the sun will start to peek out later on in the afternoon. And tonight, it will be a chilly one out there, folks. Temperatures will be in the lower 40s out there with mostly clear skies. Pretty calm winds, so that's why those temperatures will continue to drop into the low 40s. Couple upper 30s out there in some spots, and then some patchy fog by the morning hours. Tomorrow, a rebound in temperatures. Check out that 73 degrees with mostly sunny skies out there, folks. So finally, some nicer and closer to average temperatures will be coming in, but today we will continue to rise into the mid 60s.
Thank you, Conrad.
Bucksport celebrated its second year of Pride during a day of festivities on Saturday. The town celebrated as people gathered on Main Street for a long list of events. And one Hamden resident says she was happy it was a family-friendly event.
Important that my girls grow up understanding that they can be, whoever they're most comfortable with, and it's important to see fun activities as well.
She says most of the Pride events are for adults, but she was lucky to bring them to Pride at Bucksport, which was for all ages. People at the event shopped, discussed important topics, and listened to artists perform. June is the peak time for Maine's strawberry season, and farmers are ready to share their crop with you. Berries are ripe, sweet, and ready to be picked up at R.J. Hall's family farm in Corinth. They opened up their 11-acre field on Friday, and depending upon the weather, you have about 3 to 4 weeks to pick your strawberries.
RJ's owner, Jessica Hall, says the berries came in earlier than expected this year, but they're hoping to have a great season.
It's really good energy. People really love picking strawberries, and I think it's a great memory to make for future generations. It's something that a lot of people have done with their grandparents and their parents and their aunts and uncles and cousins, so they're usually pretty happy.
RJ's is located at 136 Puddle Dock Road in Corinth. Hall says they're open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day until the season is over.
And downtown Bangor has a new mural, and we took a look at the artists behind it.
Stephanie Wittenbach has more.
Peter Walls is an artist from Vermont who now lives in Stockton Springs, Maine, and is creating his art all over the state. One recent appearance of that work is the new mural in downtown Bangor at the exit from the post office.
The Rock and Art Shop is helping to fund the project, and then we got a grant from the Maine Arts Commission to match funds, so it made the mural even bigger and better.
He says it is inspired by the Canduska Extreme, which is located right next to the mural.
You know, just getting it painted, we had business owners coming up and people in the neighborhood who were just excited about not looking at bare concrete.
Wall says next week he and Annette Dodd will name the critters on the wall.
Her part of the project was really spearheading the painting of the concrete. She had a crew out there and volunteers from the neighborhood, priming, painting, and she created design work that would use my panels to bring it all to life.
Wall says he used time during the winter to create the 3D critters you see on the wall. He says the mural will be a part of downtown Bangor for years to come. In Bangor, I'm Stephanie Wittenbach reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Still to come here this morning, we have a jam-packed sports block with Tyler Cruz as the local playoffs continue to make some noise throughout the state.
But first, let's take a quick look at our forecast. Temperatures warming up to a high of 65 today. A little bit of cloud coverage this morning. This afternoon, we'll see that sunshine pop out. Mostly clear skies tonight. Temperatures dropping down to low 40s. And tomorrow, for the first day of summer, it will be beautiful. A high of 73 with mostly sunny skies.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Welcome to the all-new Oakland Furniture Sit and Sleep Gallery. Come in and explore our great selection of quality living room sets and mattresses, all designed for your comfort. Visit our Best Home Furnishings Gallery and find that just right recliner. From the petite to the beast, so good they can only be called best. When you want the best, shop local. Shop the all-new Oakland Furniture Sit and Sleep Gallery.
The 201 horsepower turbocharged Kia Forte GT. Finally, a reason to wear those aviator sunglasses you've had in the glove compartment all this time. Get 2.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2022 Forte.
On the next Last Man Standing,
Hey, Grandpa, what's that?
a lightning-fast race car, Mike carries on a family tradition.
We're building a race car from a father-son derby.
Father-son? That sounds like something my son should do with his actual father. This is kind of our thing.
But there may be one dad too many.
He was born a Baxter. He's lived in a Baxter house. As far as I'm concerned, this kid's always going to be a Baxter.
Quick, Grandma, pull my finger.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week on Fox 22.
Welcome back in. Thanks for staying with us. A big day up in Maine on Saturday. It was state championship Saturday. 8 softball teams and 8 baseball teams battling it out for the Gold Gloves. There were games up in Bangor and Brewer, a few down in Augusta, some down south, so a busy day up in the 207. Let's start with Class A, and we'll do ladies first with the softball championship. Messalonsky from the north, they are taking on the Tigers of Biddeford from the south at Coney Family Field. Tigers getting it done early. Top of the first, 2 runners on for Hannah Goslin. She rips this ball into center. Both runs score. Goslin ends up at second, and they would keep it going. Top of the second now, the Tiger pitcher, Charlotte Donovan, crushes this one over the wall in center. And that was all the support she would need on the mound, too. Here she is getting Izzy Culver down on strikes. And the Tigers go on to win the Class A title. 8-1 is the final. All right, staying in Augusta for Class A baseball. Bangor taking on Thornton Academy. Trojans up 1 into the 5th. Runner on, 2 outs for Matt Holmes. He gets a hold of this one, but look at this play from Henry Lossier in center. That saves a run and extra bases. Play of the game. The other end, Wyatt Stevens, lights out for Bangor. He went 7 innings, just 1 run allowed, but that 1 run would be enough for the Trojans pitching. Here's Cody Boker. He's going to get Ben Karen swinging in the bottom of the 7th, and Thornton Academy wins their first ever baseball state championship by a score of 1-0.
I mean, we just worked so hard for a win, and that's kind of what happened. I mean, it's not a one-man team. I mean, every single one of our teammates has put in the work. Yeah, exactly. At 7 a.m. when we go and hit and at practice. So we just put the work in, and it's good to see it pay off.
All right, the Class B state championship had Winslow taking on Gardner. What a game this was. Top of the 5th, Gardner clinging to a 5-4 lead. Raiders have him loaded for Lacey Salanpa, who rips a 2-run single to right. Raiders get 5 in the frame, take an 8-5 lead. Bottom 6, Tigers down 9-8 with 2 on and 2 out. Grace Plord delivers a huge RBI single to center, scoring Taylor Takatsu. We are tied at 9. Winslow with the lead in the top of the 7th, runner on, but Plord turns a huge 4-3 double play. So to the bottom of the 7th we go. 2 outs, Gardner's Corinne Vassery lines one into the gap, and she will motor all the way into 3rd with a triple. Look at that speed right there, and that's huge for Gardner. That will set up this. 3 pitches later, the ball goes to the backstop. Vassery scores, and Gardner wins Class B 10-9 over Winslow. And then a special moment here at the end, as you're going to see some of the Tigers players consoling Winslow pitcher Emma Michaud, who had a terrific game. All right, staying with Class B and over to baseball now. Ellsworth and Freeport battling it out for the title. Bottom of the 1st, looking to steal 3rd is Freeport. That throw is going to skip into the outfield, and Freeport is going to skip home with the first run of the game. Moving ahead to the 5th now. Runner on 2nd for Freeport. And this ground ball, that's going to get into the outfield, and that makes it a 2-run game. So 2-0, same score right now. Bases loaded. Ellsworth down to their last at-bats. Hunter Curtis rips this one into the outfield. All 3 runs come around to score. That double is going to give the Eagles the lead on 1 swing of the bat. Curtis is pumped at 2nd. And then in the bottom of the frame, the Eagles, they would just take care of business. They get the ground out to shortstop, steps on 2nd for the force, and Ellsworth is your Class B state champion for the 2nd time in 4 years. 3-2 is the final.
I don't know what to feel, to be honest with you. I mean, this is the 2nd one, but this one means way more as a senior, getting to lead this team instead of being the freshman.
I called them this from the beginning of the year. They're just a blue-collar group of kids, and they don't quit. Nothing scares them. Just proud of them. I really am. I mean, you know, these kids that are seniors have had 1 normal year of school. They've been through COVID. They've been through all of these things, and at the end of the day, they're just tough.
That's some nice words from Coach. To Class C we go now. Halldale battling Mattanockhook for the softball title. In the 1st, it's the Lynx being aggressive on the base path. Natalie Tash takes 2nd base. That errant throw allows her to advance to 3rd, but she wasn't done there. Softball's flying everywhere. Cash scores from 1st, 1-0 Mattanockhook. But the Bulldogs would settle down. And at the plate, Sammy Thornton comes through with a base knock to left. That's going to bring home Lucy Gray. Tie ball game, 1-1. Then in the circle, it's Ashlyn Donahue kicking it into high gear with this strikeout in the 3rd. She would help her own cause on offense right here with this sac fly. That is going to score Tanley Tibbetts. And for the 2nd straight year, Halldale is your Class C state champions. 5-1 is the final score. All right, let's go to Class C baseball now. Bucksport facing Lisbon over at Mansfield Stadium. In the 4th, Bucksport is up 1-0 on an RBI from Ty Giberson, but Hunter Brissett hanging tough. He limits the damage with a K to end the frame. And then the duel was on. Giberson on the hill. He's going to get a ground ball. Look at this play by Brandon Eldon at 3rd. That keeps it 1-0 in the 7th. Giberson nearing his pitch count, but he's going to get a big strikeout here against Ethan Brown. And then, with Lisbon's tying run just 90 feet away, it's Cam Rich shutting the door as he has all season. And for the first time ever, Bucksport Baseball captures the state title 1-0 in a dramatic finish from Mansfield.
I was very nervous at the time. There's a lot of people watching, and I just did what I usually do and close it. Definitely felt a rush.
I always dreamt of it when I was a kid, and I'd come here, watch the state games and all that, and it's awesome to be a part of it.
On in Class D, it was St. Dom's taking on Machias. Close game. Let's pick it up in the 7th. Last call for Machias. St. Dom's righty Ashton Hammond gets a defensive gem from the third baseman Ryan Bushy to end it as St. Dom's wins the Class D state baseball championship. 3-1 is the final over Machias. And apologies to Searsport and Hodgdon. We just couldn't get anyone in Gorham for that one. It was a 7-3 win for Searsport, though. And a big thanks, shout out to Dave Peck, Dave Eade, and our Star Sports intern Jack Webb for all the help bringing you guys 7 state championship highlights on this fine weekend. Alrighty, that'll do it for us in sports. We'll be right back after this.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go! With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each with no contract. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look! With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each with free modem. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Give your home a Spectrum Stream home makeover. Call now.
Who doesn't love getting a little more? Get more when you play the Maine Lottery. For the month of June, just enter any Powerball ticket with the Power Play option into the Reward Me Club for a chance to win $1,000 in cash. 50 winners will be drawn. Plus, you could win the jackpot. Now that could be more than you bargained for.
A mother.
I'm a very selfish person.
I'm glad you said that.
Her daughter.
You're 18 and she leaves.
I really wanted her to be there.
I have a real past with my own mother. I believe you can have a relationship.
A chance to heal.
You got to get there. You got to do the work. She needs you. Next, Drew.
The Drew Barrymore Show, Monday at 3 on Fox 22.
And here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
The Cuyahoga Falls Historical Society in Ohio honored 2 former slaves and their daughter with a gravestone marking their resting place after it had been unmarked for more than a century. John Hansbaker, a free slave from Virginia, moved to Ohio after the Civil War. He married another former slave, and the couple then adopted a daughter. The Brookfield Zoo near Chicago has welcomed a new baby, a short-beaked echidna, also known as a puggle. Echidnas are one of only 2 mammal species that lay eggs, the other being the duck-billed platypus. The baby hatched in early March and is currently in a nest box being fed by Waddles, its 47-year-old mother. Several thousand people marched through the streets of Lisbon, Portugal on Saturday for the city's Pride Parade, the first in 2 years. The parade hopes to bring attention to the LGBTQ community. And songwriter Pam Quinn and her singing dog Casper are lighting up the internet. Quinn says she's not the top dog in the act, but she's okay with that. One of their videos has reached 30 million views, and the duo now has hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok and Instagram. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC7.
2 big retailers are recalling over-the-counter medicines because of packaging. Kroger's and Walgreens are recalling more than 400,000 packages of pain relievers combined because packaging isn't child-resistant. Kroger's is recalling more than 269,000 bottles of acetaminophen, aspirin, and ibuprofen, and Walgreens is recalling over 137,000 units of acetaminophen bottles. The Poison Prevention Act requires such medicines to be child-resistant. Consumers should contact Walgreens and Kroger's for refund information.
The GMC has a new off-road pickup added to their Sierra lineup that's packed with some rather nice surprises for inner outdoor lovers. Fox's Gary Gastello has more.
The GMC Sierra 1500 has been updated for 2022 with a new look and a redesigned interior that features a widescreen digital display and a higher level of refinement than last year's truck. But the most exciting change is the addition of this new AT4X model to the lineup, which, as its name suggests, is the most extreme Sierra you can buy. It may not have the wide-body styling of the Ford F-150 Raptor or an engine that can compete with the Ram 1500 TRX's 702 horsepower supercharged V8, but it does have a 420 horsepower V8, a 2-inch body lift, over 11 inches of ground clearance, standard mud terrain tires, and a very special suspension system to put it all to good use. The AT4X has an unusual type of shock absorber that was originally designed by race car builder Multimatic for use in vehicles like Indy cars and Formula One cars, but has since been modified for high-performance off-road vehicles. It uses a series of valves that precisely control the fluid within the dampers to allow it to adjust their stiffness depending on the road conditions. They're softer as the truck cruises over little bumps to give it a more comfortable ride, while quick deflections and harsh impacts stiffen them up to keep things in check in the turns on the street and keep the suspension from bottoming out in the rough stuff out here. This really is something. It cushions the truck like it's cradling an egg. All right, so this may not be the highest performance off-road truck, but it can handle a fair bit of nonsense. That engine's plenty powerful, and the suspension soaks this up like it's not even there. Well, maybe it's there a little. The AT4X isn't just about high-speed antics, however. Along with its automatic all-wheel drive setting, it also has 4x4 high and low, and front and rear locking differentials for that extra bit of traction to get you over the top. It's also loaded with premium touches like massaging leather seats, a 360-degree camera system, and a full suite of electronic driver aids, including adaptive cruise control, to help justify its $77,000 price tag. One other feature this comes with that was designed to get you off the road is GMC's Multi-Pro tailgate that can be used in a variety of ways, including as a step. Now that's what I call lift kit. In the 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X, Gary Gastelou, Fox News.
And with one final look at our forecast, here's meteorologist Conrad Sipinski. He's in with the latest.
Good morning, Conrad.
Thank you so much. And your Maine weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. Locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Okay, so a good amount of cloud cover out there today. We had a couple of showers, especially to the north of us, but most of that is starting to move out of here, and a good amount of clouds will be sticking around in Maine and pretty much most of the Northeast, but then some more sunshine will be peeking out there later on today. But check out these temperatures. Really chilly out there, 40s and 50s out there, even a couple of 30s out there, folks. So another chilly one out there, but mostly the last couple of weeks temperatures been pretty much near average, besides the last couple of days where we were really below average, especially yesterday. Barely made it to 50 degrees out there, but a good sign because warmer temperatures are on the way. Our average high this time of year is supposed to be around 76 degrees, and check out the weekend. Finally, some above average temperatures will be back in the forecast. So just a waiting game, folks, before those warmer temperatures. 70s and even 80s are back. But today, once again, a chilly one out there as we hover in the mid-60s with morning clouds, and then finally nicer weather with the sun starting to peek out a little bit later on in the afternoon. The wind will be blowing out of the north at 10 to 15 miles per hour. But tonight, check out that temperature, 42 degrees. Yes, a really chilly one out there tonight with pretty much mostly clear skies, a calm wind. That is recipe for really cool temperatures out there. And some morning fog will definitely be possible with those really cooler temperatures, even some 30s in some spots. But check out that rebound for tomorrow, back into the mid-70s, so finally closer to average. but still just slightly below, as we'll be under mostly sunny skies and pretty much a calm wind out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. But our 5-day outlook does show even nicer weather back in the forecast. Lots of 70s the rest of the week.
Breathe in. Can you sense it? The feeling of becoming something greater? Here in the heart of Maine, you'll find a place that the innovators of tomorrow have called home for the last 150 years. The University of Maine. Ranked as one of the nation's top research institutions, our opportunities know no bounds. Because UMaine isn't just a destination. It's a gateway to new horizons that shape who we are. We are UMaine.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. We fit your life. When you're tired of looking at your tired old bath, we fit your style with hundreds of design options. When a normal day is anything but normal, we fit your schedule with our unique tub-over-tub process installed in as little as a day. When high quality is the only quality that matters, we fit your standards with a lifetime guarantee. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero-turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Yes. 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 I'll have what she's having. And you can too. Get ready for the good dish. Delicious twists on your favorite comfort foods. Decadent desserts you can whip up in no time. And game-changing shortcuts. What's for dinner is about to get way easier. And way more fun than doing the dishes. So get ready to get dishing.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 22.
Have you ever been at the market or stopped by a roadside stand and noticed what looks like mini cucumbers? You know, the ones that are about 2 to 3 inches long and the skin is a bit paler than regular cukes? If you have, those are commonly known as Kirby's or pickling cukes. Now, we're seeing more and more of them as they come into their peak season. So let me show you what you can do with them. We can use them like any other cucumbers in our salads, but where they really stand out is when we pickle them. And no, we don't need any special equipment. All we do is combine some water, white vinegar, a touch of sugar, and salt, and bring it to a boil. Once the sugar dissolves, we pour this over some Kirby's that we cut in half, along with some fresh garlic and dill. And as you can see, we made these right in canning jars, but you could also make them in a basic glass bowl. Maybe throw in a few jalapeno slices to make them spicier if you want. Let me tell you, these are way better than any store-bought pickles since they're made with TLC. And whether you serve them with your grilled favorites or just sneak one out of the fridge, you can't go wrong. So don't dilly-dally. Go online and get the recipe for our half-sour dill pickles, so you'll have it on hand the next time you pick some of these up. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a crispy and juicy way for you to say, "Ooh, it's so good."
Those do look really good.
Oh, yeah. Nothing beats a pickle on a Monday.
I know, especially like fresh and kind of crackly.
Get that little crunch.
Crunch, that's the word I was looking for.
Crackly crunch, yeah. Snack popcorn, Rice Krispies.
A police officer managed to capture a goat that was on the loose, much to the amusement of whoever was recording the encounter. It happened yesterday in Santa Rosa, California.
That's Officer Ellsworth on the Santa Rosa Police Department doing the difficult work of capturing the goat while someone else was cracking up laughing. According to the police, the goat's name is Billy, and he was returned to his owner. But got to give it to him. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to take the tough thing of wrangling in the goat. And
I don't know if he had to tackle him.
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
It's also like, I don't know. There was probably 20 minutes of video before he